Ladies and gentlemen, episode 18 of The Slam is finally here. We relocated. We got a lot of things happening right now. So we battled some internet issues. We're working on the set design to bring the show to life. But man, oh man, do we have some crazy pro wrestling news. If you saw the title in the thumbnail, honestly, you might be disappointed. And honestly, there's a lot of thoughts and opinions that goes behind an episode like this. But first, big shout out to Rode Microphones, always providing the best audio quality for the Slam. And of course, if you guys want to support the show, follow me on Twitter at TangoWithAngo. Give me a follow. Use the hashtag The Slam whenever you tweet or leave a comment. We'll feature the best comments, the best tweets in a future video. Now, I do got to talk about this, guys, because we got some breaking developments on Sheamus, the WWE former champion of the world. Guys, okay, listen, this just sucks, okay? There's really no easy way to put it. But it was announced that, according to Dave Meltzer, Sheamus is currently rehabbing a spinal stenosis injury. Now, for anybody who knows about spinal stenosis, this is actually what ultimately led Steve Austin and Edge to both retire from pro wrestling. Right now, the rumors are leading to Sheamus possibly being forced to retire. And, you know, I don't know if this is another Daniel Bryan situation where the WWE will not clear Sheamus. Obviously, he is doing some sort of rehab, but it's obviously very serious. And for anybody who knows about Austin and Edge, it put their career away. A lot of people want to see Steve Austin and Edge come back, but there's a huge risk health-wise, and that seems to be the big part of the conversation here with Sheamus. You know, if he does come back, what good is it for him if he were to get injured again? And obviously, people want to know if WWE would clear him. Obviously, it does raise question when you consider some of the things that have been going on recently with WWE with injuries and, you know, PR and everything like that, right? So when you consider the PR aspect, you know, would WWE get backlash for clearing a guy like Sheamus, but not bringing Edge back or Steve Austin? Now, the purpose of the show is always to give opinion and just kind of talk about what's relevant in the wrestling world, and we're going to do that today, especially because Sheamus he's honestly one of my favorite superstars on the current roster. I don't think there's anything bad we could say about Sheamus, you know, his work rate and you know, just kind of the transformation he took with his character and everything that we've seen with him and Sheamus. And I really, really feel bad, or I'm sorry, everything with him and Cesaro. And that's where I feel bad. You know, Cesaro can't catch a break. Obviously, people know about Cesaro's tag team with Jack Swagger. They did a lot of stuff to push that tag team over, and one of the best tag teams to never win the titles. Cesaro was then moved to a tag team with Tyson Kidd, and of course, obviously due to injury, Tyson Kidd can no longer wrestle. So it's like Cesaro is now on an uphill battle, especially right now. Everything that's happening with Sheamus and Cesaro is probably the hottest this tag team division has been for Raw. When you look at guys like The Shield and The Bar going back and forth. And that's why a lot of people are concerned about this situation. And whether or not Sheamus is being forced to retire, we don't really know. But this is the same diagnosis that had led to two of the biggest stars to also retire. Again, Sheamus is somebody that, you know, he could do a solo run. But right now, the solo gig is very crowded when you look at WWE. Like, I think we can all agree when we watch WWE Raw and SmackDown, there's a lot of people going for the IC title, a lot of people going for the US title and the world title. And that's okay, you know? So sometimes what you got to do is put people in tag teams. And, you know, I'm not always about random tag teams. I've never really cared for it too much. But something with Sheamus and Cesaro, man, they really clicked. When you look at the Bar, you know, they really do raise the bar. They have some sort of chemistry that just really is just really good. So what does this mean for Cesaro? What does this mean for Sheamus? Let's dive into it. I think for Cesaro, for as long as Sheamus is rehabbing, I don't think it's a big deal if you have Cesaro, who kind of, feuds with the Shield still. Maybe put Cesaro with, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, because The Miz is currently, filming the movie. Obviously, Cesaro being kind of paired with them, not as like a team or anything like that, but just kind of put them in matches, 6-man matches, whatever it may be. That definitely would work. If you want the WWE to completely split Sheamus and Cesaro, you can go that route. However, if WWE does decide to do that, you have to put Cesaro in the world title picture. Whether it's the world title or the IC title, at some point you just have to give him a solo run with a belt. A lot of people can argue that he's ready for it. A lot of people can say that he's not ready for it. But you can't have Sheamus being the reason why Cesaro moves down the ladder. And obviously that's why this injury kind of affects all people. Now, the most important thing about this is Sheamus. And when I talk about Sheamus, I don't say this lightly. Sheamus is one of the best world champions, in my opinion. And I know some people will give me hate for that. I know some people may disagree. But when you look at what Sheamus has done in the WWE and just kind of his transformation, I think that alone, I think he should be given props. I'm not saying he's on the level of The Rock or Steve Austin or Hulk Hogan. I just think, when you look back in the last 5-6 years, even though his runs weren't anything special, I think he definitely knows how to carry his own. And like I said, his transformation alone has been really, really good. So with Sheamus being injured, maybe it is time that they do break up the tag team. And if Sheamus is able to come back, which right now, according to reports, it's a really, really big if. But if he is able to come back, then you allow Sheamus to go on a solo run. And I don't know if WWE would want to do another feud with, Cesaro and Sheamus. Keep in mind, that's how they formed together. They were doing the best out of 7 when Mick Foley became the GM. And it was actually a really cool thing. They have a lot of chemistry. Maybe a move to SmackDown is what would be needed. But like I said, these are all big ifs. I mean, these are the big question marks a lot of people have. And it sucks, It really, really does suck. But at the end of the day, hopefully things get better for the guy. Like I said, he's rehabbing currently. A lot of people are just, they're not too sure. A lot of people are saying this is not good. And an injury like this, I mean, if you ever watch like football or any combat sports, whenever you see something like this or hear something about this, you do know that most of the time the outcome is not great. Hopefully we can see something good coming out of this, and hopefully, it's not a long recovery time, and hopefully, things get better. But it just sucks, especially if WWE is going to force Sheamus into retirement. If they're going to pull him off the road, nobody really knows what's going to happen right now. And that's what sucks. Like I said, nobody wants to see the Daniel Bryan situation happen again, let alone with somebody like Sheamus. Now, there's always going to be that one person that says maybe Sheamus could go to New Japan. A lot of people want to see him there. I would like to see him there one day. He would definitely be a good fit. I think Sheamus still has a lot left in the tank for WWE. And with an injury like this, it slows down the process. But I think, he'll eventually be able to come back. Again, people are saying it's not a good injury. And let's be honest, no injury is a good injury. But, a lot of people are saying that this is not looking good for Sheamus. Now, WWE has yet to comment officially on whether or not he would be released, or if he would be, not necessarily released, but if he would be, retired, or anything like that, or, if they're going to take him, like a medical leave of absence, like whatever. They haven't announced anything. They haven't confirmed anything. And that's where the question marks pop up. So we obviously are awaiting comments from WWE. We're waiting to see what is going to happen, but hopefully everything gets smooth, and hopefully nothing bad is coming out of this. I know they're saying it's bad. Meltzer is saying that it's it's not looking good for Sheamus. There's a lot of rumors and reports that Sheamus might be forced to retire. I really don't think so. I really don't hope so. I really hope that this is just the bump in the road, you know. And obviously, we'll see what happens probably within the next few days or weeks or so. So let me know what you guys think about Sheamus and his whole situation. Obviously, you know, it's a really, really tricky thing. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section. And, of course, follow me on Twitter at Tango with Tango. And, you know, go ahead and click subscribe. More episodes of The Slam. Like I said in the beginning of the video, we're working on the set. We're working on everything, getting the show on the road with cameras and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you guys for watching episode 18, and I will see you guys on episode 19. Peace.